Hello everyone. Today let's see about hemodialysis and its vascular access. I'm Sasikala, Assistant Professor working in Triple M College of Nursing. Will brief you about vascular access. At the end of this teaching, the students will be able to understand the term hemodialysis, list the types of vascular access, describe about temporary access for hemodialysis, brief about arteriovenous graft, and detail on fistula and its maturation process. First, let's see about what is hemodialysis. It is a technique in which uremic waste and water move from the blood through a semipermeable membrane and into a dialysis solution. So next we'll see about vascular access, which is used to perform hemodialysis. First is about arteriovenous fistula, arteriovenous graft, and catheters such as temporary double lumen catheter and permanent catheter. Before we get into the permanent access, let's see about temporary access, that's catheter. It is an immediate access where we can use double lumen or multi-lumen catheters into subclavian vein, internal, jugular, or femoral vein. It can be used for several weeks. When the patient is on catheter, we have to watch for certain risks such as hematoma, pneumothorax, infection, thrombosis of subclavian vein, and inadequate blood flow. And next about the arteriovenous graft. What is arteriovenous graft? It has been created by connecting a vein to an artery using a soft synthetic tube, which is made up of polytetrafluoroethylene. Usually, this graft is placed over forearm, upper arm, or upper thigh. To whom it is performed? It is performed to the people whose own vessels are not suitable for fistula. For example, patient who suffers from diabetes mellitus. So once the graft has placed, when it gets healed, the hemodialysis can be performed. During the hemodialysis, two needle has to be placed, one in the arterial side and another one in the venous side, as seen in the picture. So it enables increased blood flow for the hemodialysis. That is an advantage. Next, we'll see about fistula, which is very commonly used for hemodialysis, common access. So how it is performed? It is performed by subcutaneous anastomosis of an artery to an adjacent native vein. It can be performed between radiocephalic, brachiocephalic, or brachiobasilic vein. So why this access? What's the benefit? First one is that lowest rate of failure and complication, and high longevity and lowest cost. So next we'll see about fistula maturation. What do you mean by maturation? It is a process by which a fistula becomes suitable for cannulation. It develops adequate flow, wall thickness, and diameter. This maturation can be assessed by rules of 6. That's 6 centimeter in diameter with margin when a tourniquet is in the place. And it will be 6 millimeter in deep. Blood flow will be greater than 600 ml per minute. And it can be evaluated between 4 and 6 weeks after the surgical creation of fistula. So what's our responsibility? After the surgical procedure, when the scar gets heals, we need to start assessing the arteriovenous fistula. It takes around 6 weeks for the development of maturation. So during this process, we have to encourage the patient to go for exercise for healing and for the maturation. So all these things need to be documented, and we have to inform this to the concerned physician then and there. So what is a sign of matured fistula? So it will look that vessel's diameter must be between 4 and 6 millimeter. And when we touch, it will be very tough and firm to touch. No prominent collateral veins have identified. Feel strong thrill at the site. continuous low pitch bruit can be heard. Other than that, how we can confirm the maturation? Very basic, that is physical examination. Look, listen, and feel. What should I look for? Look for skin color, skin integrity, edema, hematoma, and bruising. And listen for bruit sound. Feel for its temperature, size, depth, diameter, and straightening of the AV fistula and the presence of the thrill. Other than this, duplex Doppler study and angiogram also will help us to identify the maturity of AV fistula. What are the complications the patients may prone to get? First one is infection. How to identify? There will be skin changes like redness, drainage, abscess, and aneurysm formation. And second complication is central or outflow vein stenosis that can be identified by skin color changes, edema, blue or purple veins appeared, and hematoma and bruising. And very important complication, third is Steele syndrome, very common. So how to identify it? Hand and the feet will be very cold and painful numbness, and fingers and toes will be discolored. So what should be our follow-up? We need to communicate the assessment, whatever we have done periodically, to the access team and to the surgeon too. And check the maturity progress every session of maturation process. So far we have seen about what is hemodialysis and what are the main vascular access used for hemodialysis process. So these are all the references. Thank you.